Hangouts?
No, I did it through YouTube, but it does it through Hangouts on Air. So you're supposed to be able to like schedule an event. So let me share my screen and I'll show you what I did. So if you're in your Gmail and you go to YouTube, right up here, YouTube, or just go to YouTube. And then once you're in your YouTube channel, you can go to it should take you, you should be able to get to the creator. And then there's live streaming here. And you click on events, and then you click on new live event. And then you plug in some information, and then you do this quick using Hangouts on Air. And I think it has to be public so you can view it later on. So that's what I did. And that's this one going right now.
Okay.
So hopefully each one of us can try, maybe one of you guys can try it next time.
Yeah.
And see if it works. All right. So how's everybody doing with their assignments this week?
I'm working on it.
Okay.
Oh, goodness. It's been a crazy day today. Okay.
Yeah. You guys see my screen still?
Yeah, we can.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, is there anything in particular you guys want to talk about on any of these?
I mean, do you need help? I did project 5. I'm trying to work through project 6 right now.
Here's my project 5.
Let's see. Ooh. Sharp.
I like it.
Can you make that big? Make it fill the screen?
Is it not filling up the whole screen? Let me make it bigger.
There we go.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Oh, I like it. Oh, that's even better. Oh, go to your Zoom on your. There it is. So you get the same numbers?
I don't know. I tried making sure as I was doing it that I kind of, so as I was doing things, I'd look, okay, well, let's go over here to the data and see if I can, verify.
Yeah, what do you have?
What you got here. So, like AlphaGen is the number here. So we've got the item count. So as I created my item count column that did the if look up there. And then I would just highlight that whole column and just kind of verify, do some quick verifying that it was doing it right.
Looks good.
So Beaumont, we'll change this to Beaumont and see what happens there. And then see if the data change. So now these are beta mount. So this count is 40. I just tried to do some verification as I was doing these. There were a couple of them that I found were kind of interesting, like finding, I use this count if function for some of these things rather than making a bunch of extra columns in the data. I use this count if.
That's what I've been doing.
Okay.
So hold on, Rails.
And then the same, I think I did the same over on this one. Oh, I did this one's, because this is, I use the average if function.
Oh, okay. I just use average.
So how'd you figure out? Did you make some extra data columns over here?
I mean, I have some, but I haven't filled them out really. Like I just did supplier prices
Uh-huh.
and then the number of items, and then that's how I've gotten my summary sheet. So the supplier part works like when I change the name of the supplier, it gives me the number of items, the average, the standard deviation. And then I have the shipping method, the air, rail, truck, optional number of items. And I have the same numbers as you do.
Okay.
I haven't done the average. I just don't think I need that many columns. I mean, I was trying, but I just feel like it gets me more confused if I have more. So,
What I didn't know whether they wanted us to add a bunch of columns in here, but I figured if if we're trying to get these items per shipping method or these average lead times, you'd have to have like for these shipping methods, you'd have to have an extra column for rail, an extra column for truck, an extra column for air, and optional if you were doing it the same way we're kind of shown in this one. But this count if does the same type of thing without having extra columns in your data.
right.
Yeah, same thing with the average if, right?
Yeah, that's what I did.
Mm-hmm. I love Google. I'm glad we're able to use Google to figure things out.
Yeah, useful. Yeah, I don't really have that many columns. Just two for now.
Yeah, I think the ones that I only added these three.
Is that, so what you call right now test average, what is that for is that for the lead times?
What is test average? Oh, I added that in there just as a check for something that I was looking at.
Oh, okay.
So I was just verifying one of these averages here. I can't remember which one it was, but I was just using it just as a verification. So it's looking at G6.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
I'm sure glad we did this. I tried to do a sort. Mine wouldn't sort.
For the supplier name or?
Oh, I remember what I was doing. This test average was to figure out. I looked down here and saw the average here. So for rail, I've got an average of 41.3 here, and I was just using that to verify this number was correct.
Okay.
That this average if is working correctly. So that's why I did that. And then this one, that one was kind of a funky one. This one here, it took me a while to figure out how to do this one.
Which one?
This pricing info. So when you change the price, it tells you how many. Whoop, that's not what I wanted. So if I change this price, tells you how many items are higher than that price. And it took me a while to figure out how to do that.
They also didn't specify what the price should be, right? Like we should choose what price we want.
Well, this should be an input field so that you could come in there and change it to whatever you want.
Okay.
And then based on whatever you put in this field, it's going to automatically update this one to show how many items are higher than that price. So again, I did the count if here, but it took me a little bit to figure out how you can use a special character like an equals than or greater than or whatever here, along with where the field is that you're going against. So this is looking at the data tab, looking at the price column, And then it's saying if that price is greater than this field right here,
Mm-hmm.
then it will count them.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very similar to this one,
Mm-hmm.
but it's using that character inside of it to help
Okay.
tell it what it needs to be.
Looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
Because without that, without this in there, then it's just assuming it's an equals. So without that, it's assuming the price would have to be equal to
Okay.
the $10. So that's what that's doing there. And this ampersand is just, I think that that concatenates that together into one string. So greater than that number, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that looks good.
And then I think I've got most of the other project done too. And I just used some ifs and some average ifs in there.
Let me see your first sum if on January. I just started doing mine, and I was like, all right, why am I not getting back to number? So you're summing if A, it matches B, and then you're putting H as the column. That's exactly what I just did. Why is this not working?
So one thing you have to make sure of when you're doing these ranges, you have to know that your first range is exactly the same as your second range. Because if I did this accidentally, I did like A6 through A32, and then I did H7 through H33 on accident one time. And because your starting point is a different reference than in that array or that area that you have selected there, it didn't work. It was weird. And then I did the same thing for these. So I'd throw a calculation together, and then I'd just come back here and I'd look at, okay, if I'm looking at net price, I would go to that January month, and then I would just highlight these. And I would say, okay, does that number match this number right here?
That did.
So
Nice.
if it matched, then I knew I was good. Same thing, and you can do the same thing with the gross margins and the gross, like the gross margin. I think that was it's supposed to be an average, right? Well, it would have to be. You wouldn't want to do. It would have to be an average. You wouldn't do a sum of those. So I just did the same thing there. Just come over here and you just highlight those areas, and then it tells you what the average should be right there.
Nice.
Good way to spot check that your formulas are right. You guys want to show how yours are going?
Well, I'm only working on the first one. I don't really have the second one yet.
No,
That's all
I
right.
just started on the second one as well. I can show you my first one. It's not that pretty.
I just stopped sharing, so if one of you guys want to share out, go ahead.
All right, how do I do that?
Upper left-hand corner, there should be that green screen with an arrow in it.
Sure. Tell me when I'm sharing.
You can't see it yet. Here we go. I saw it for a second there.
I can see it.
Oh, yep. I need to click on your thing down there. Okay.
Oh, did I make it too big?
Looks nice.
Yeah, yours is much prettier fitting on one screen. And I like how you separated these out into two things. I was trying to, for my chart, I wanted them to be in order. And so look at this craziest thing I'm running into. If I take this data and sort it, it skews it. Watch this. Data sort by average lead time, smallest to largest. It doesn't even put it smallest to largest, number one. And number two, it's moving this shipping method, it doesn't have the right data. Like when I looked at your data, I was like, wait, why is mine not matching? Because it moved it. Look, so it should be based on rail, which is C15, not C16. So this is not a truck number.
So I think if you do something really quick, so undo that, and then highlight just the shipping method line.
Just the
or just the error up. Yeah, actually error. Yeah, you can do that, and then do the sort.
Just
because you don't want to sort. Yeah, well, just that column. So air, shipping method, air, optional, rail, truck. Select all that column.
The lead time one is the one I want to sort it by.
Yeah, but you don't want to mess with those because you want to leave your
well, these are already in order. These are already sorted in order. I want to sort them so these are in ascending order.
Oh, yeah, I don't think you can do that.
If these are showing up on the chart based on the order they're in here, and I wanted them to show up on the chart in in ascending or descending order.
So,
and short of manually moving them around, which I can do, I was just surprised that I couldn't sort them. I was trying to figure out why.
Yeah, I don't think you can do it that way. Well, there's probably a way to do it.
Somehow I've got the formulas anchored, like something's not moving right when I'm sorting it. Something's staying in place.
Yeah, the problem is that your criteria for all the formulas is based on the shipping method.
And so not allowing them to move.
Right.
Somehow the sort doesn't want them to move. All right. Well, the only thing I would show you is I just was exploring on the internet and I had used this before. I forgot about it, but it's kind of cool.
Oh yeah.
So you don't have to have somebody type in, have them already entered in, and then you just pull it down and it'll switch it.
I looked at doing that and then I thought, oh, I don't want to go too far into it. So
yeah, I'm thinking of practical applications. I can actually use this. So I was like, glad I ran into it. I was like, oh yeah, that'd be handy.
I ran down that too. So I see you have your data validation tab where you got those individual values, right?
Those on a value on another sheet, and then you just reference that here.
Yep.
That was pretty slick. And then my other one, I mean, I'm on the same path you're on. I just had started my summary sheet. I'd already filled in all my data. So I'm just starting to put together the numbers.
Cool.
So I want to get this done tonight and be done with this class for the week.
Yeah, no kidding. The only thing that I would recommend, that I would say on your mini project 5 on there is on your shipping ones, your shipping methods.
Yeah.
Those are not data inputs, are they? Because we're not probably going to change those. I mean,
that's a good point. These are fixed things, right?
Yeah. So your shipping methods aren't going to change. Those are not, because you're listing all of them already anyways.
Yeah, you're right. They don't need to be shown as inputs.
That's the only thing that I can see would be.
Perfect.
That looks good.
All right.
I like your validation, your drop-down list. That's cool.
Diana, want to show us yours?
Well, at least all of you are better.
That's not a contest.
Let's see.
Just.
Okay. so I got more columns, but I'm not using them. I just didn't think. I don't know if you guys can see my screen already.
Yep.
Yeah. And this is what I have so far. So I'm still working on everything else. But if I change these with those changes, so this part is good.
I was surprised at how high the standard deviations are in some of those suppliers.
They are.
All right, so what step can we help you with here, Dana?
Oh my goodness. It's kind of difficult. I mean, I don't know if you guys think I should add anything else or should I get rid of it? Because I was using the COUNTIF method anyway, so I just don't think I need all those stuff.
Yeah, if you're using the COUNTIF, I don't think you'll need those extra columns for the number of items.
I think it looks more crowded that way too. I just like this better. I mean, I'm gonna work on these, the average. I guess if I have any issues on these, I may ask you guys later on the price number of items section. But
that was actually the most complex one, right?
Oh, really?
I thought it was.
Like you did that cool COUNTIF. I just did the simple if statement on the data screen.
So, oh, you did? Okay.
So yours is much better, simpler, than you don't have to have that extra column.
Yeah. So did you just have an extra column in there?
Yeah, I just did another column, but I didn't need to. Could have done that cool COUNTIF.
What did you do for the extra column? Did you just like put a 1 in each one of those columns to count it, or
no, just for like the video. The video showed you how to do the if the material cost is greater than or equal to, and then you go back and reference your input cell.
Right.
Then put a 1 in, and then
you add.
All you gotta do is sum up those ones, and as you change whatever the number is.
Oh yeah.
It'll change it.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll work on these.
Okay. Well, we can convene in about an hour, right? Do our second one.
Have you even looked at the second project?
Me?
Yeah.
No. Not yet.
I literally just started it like 30 minutes before we got on the call.
Yeah. Yeah, my daughter's been a little crying a lot.
Aww.
So I don't know if she's teething. I think she's been teething for a while, but we'll see. I don't know.
Now we're missing
hopefully
Connor, right?
Connor, yeah.
Right.
He didn't send a message or anything.
Well, I'll send another follow-up with the link to this as soon as we're done here. And then remind him that we're at 8:30, so an hour. And then we'll have this link. And did one of you guys, we'll get together in Hangouts beforehand?
Okay.
In about an hour, and then do one of you guys want to try starting the video? Okay.
Now, I saw some chatter go back and forth with our video last time something was not working on it? Was that correct or incorrect?
I couldn't click on the link and get it to open. It just kept going right to my main YouTube page. It wouldn't actually open the video.
That happened to me too.
Okay, I never clicked on it.
I mean, I posted them, but I could never get it to watch it again. Maybe you guys can go ahead.
Yeah. When you guys post these videos, do you post them on both mini projects?
I'm planning on it.
Okay. Because I got a message from the professor saying that I think I missed it for one of them, but I knew I entered it, so I was confused.
Well, I plan on just putting both of them on on both of the projects.
Okay.
Can't hurt, right? Okay, we'll see you guys in about an hour.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay,
Thank
thanks,
you,
guys.
Okay, bye.
Bye.